Food is not supposed to be eaten only at home, and man is not supposed to dream only in the night. Welcome to another chapter, or another chapter is okay, and it is chapter 51, named Azariat, Surat Azariat. Azariat means winds that scatter. As usual, we shall do the introduction. Oh God. As usual, we shall do the introduction. This is this is another no. Oh my God. This is an early Makan surah, the second of the seven surahs forming a group dealing with revelation and the hereafter. Full stop. See introduction to Surah 1. This surah deals with the varying ways in which truth reveals it reveals in which truth prevails uh, irresistibly when against all human uh, probabilities. When against all human probabilities. Paragraph and summary paragraph, comma dash. This, no, the winds, oh my God, pardon me, viewers. The winds may blow and scatter, comma, lift and rush, comma, or divide in all directions, semicolon. But the truth and promise of God are sure and stable, whereof you may see signs both around and within you. In brackets, Surah 51, 1 to 23. That's this very Surah. Mm. Uh, Paragraph again. Next paragraph. Past events and what you see before you point to the unfailing consequences of all you do. Semicolon. God God of his grace sends you a reminder. Colon. The loss is your own if you reject and deny. 51, 24 to 60. That's this very chapter. And it suggests that it ends at sign 60 or verse 60. Let's go to the sign proper. I've shown it to you, so no point saying Bismillah. So let's go. Wazariati Zurwan. Wazariati, pardon me, Zarwan, not Zurwan. Wazariati Zarwan. By the winds is in comma, in brackets. By the winds that scatter broadcast. Let's try to remove the winds and see if it will make sense. By the that scatter broadcast. So in other words, the word Zariati here is not wind. Wind is Arihi or Arihu. But here Zariati is scattering, and nothing scatters except wind. Okay, but winds that scatter. We have two notes there, 4986 and 4987. 4986. They both lengthy notes. Anyway, this very short verse with lengthy notes by the winds that scatter broadcast, by the winds that scatter broadcast, with long notes, two of them. Okay. For things are mentioned, no, oh my God, four, not 40. Oh, I'm laughing at myself, viewers, pardon me. Four things are mentioned in verses 1 to 4 as evidences or types of certainty and unity of a truth described in verses 5 to 6. Full stop. What these things are is described by certain adjectival principles, adjectival participles, Mm, Adjective. Then participle. Adjectival participles, comma. The noun understood being usually taken to be wins in double inverted commas and semicolon. The word for win, rihi, is in brackets. The word for win, rihi, mm, being feminine in Arabic. Strong things are normally feminine. Sun, very strong, feminine. Win, strong, feminine. So viewers, take note. Okay, take note of that. Being feminine in Arabic, full stop. Some commentators, however, understand other nouns as being implied, e.g., angels in all four verses, or different things in each of the four verses, full stop. Whatever these things are, their different modes of working are evidence of the power and goodness of God, comma, the unity of his plan, comma, and the certainty of good and evil reaching their own destined ends, comma, when judgment and justice will have given each one his due. That's first of two signs, 4986. Let's go to the second sign, 4987. Equally as long as the first one, comparatively. These two are comparatively longer than other notes. Okay, 4987. Winds may blow strong and scatter particles of dust far and wide. Scatter particles of dust far and wide, semicolon. But they do not diminish by one jot the substance of God's material creation, semicolon. On the contrary, they help to readjust things, full stop. They reshape the configuration of the earth. Mhm. Yeah, I've never thought of it, to be honest. Mm. They reshape the configuration of the earth. Mm. Semicolon. In the vegetable kingdom, they carry seeds about and plant new seeds in old soils. Semicolon. In the region of air, they produce mighty changes in temperature and pressure that affect animals animal and vegetable life. Semicolon. They carry the moisture of equatorial Africa to the parched plains of India. That's rain. Hmm? Semicolon. And so on. Full stop. And so on. Full stop. Yet they are just one little agency showing God's working in the material world. Full stop. In fact, I like this commentary. It's food for thought. I never thought of these things concerning wind. We just see it as ordinary wind, but it has very important implication in our life, mm, and on earth itself. Anyway, let's continue from material world, full stop. So in the spiritual world, full stop again. mm, Revelation works mighty changes, semicolon. It may be resisted, but the resistance will be swept away, semicolon. Uh, it ever points to the one great final event, comma, and then double inverted commas follows, comma, to which the whole creation moves. Please let's repeat this the last part of it. Revelation works mighty changes. Then particularly what follows. It may be resisted. Revelation may be resisted. Indeed, it is resisted. Revelation may be resisted, but the resistance will be swept away, like wind sweeps away things. Food for thought. Hmm? Okay, and that's the second note 4987 to sign 1. Let's go to sign 2 or verse 2. Hmm? Uh, falhamilati wikran, falhamilati wikran, and those that lift and bear away heavy weights. And that's falhamilati wikran, those that lift and bear away, pardon me, and bear away heavy weights. Those that lift and bear away heavy weights. 4988. 4988. The things that lift and bear away heavy weights may be the winds that carry the heavy rain clouds, or that sweep off every resistance from their path. As when wind is coming, it doesn't matter. Whatever is on its path, oh, it will carry it away. Eh? And women and men have to be very cautious when dressing in windy times. The wind comes and just sweep away their dresses. I said this before. We were young and a heavy wind came. And before it removed the skirt of a woman next to our house. Unfortunately, pardon me to say, she was wearing very scanty amosi, something, not a pant, but something that's to scatter it, as to cover their privacy. And my friend Isako, as soon as that he did with the speed of light, he went down like this. And I, a bad boy, concentrated on her. No good bad child. Mm. Anyway, anyway, where were we? And it may be the heavy, no. It may be the heavy, moisture-laden clouds themselves. Full stop. No, do I repeat it? The things that lift and bear heavy weights may be the winds that carry the heavy rain clouds or sweep off every resistance from its path, or it may be the heavy moisture laden clouds themselves. Full stop. So works revelation. I see. So works revelation. It lifts and sweeps away the burdens of custom, superstition, or man's inertia, and ever leads onwards to the destined end. To the destined end, full stop. And that's note 4988 to sign 2. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 3. uh, Falhariyati Yusran. Falhariyati Yusran. Falhariyati Yusran. And those that flow with ease and gentleness. Yusran is ease. And those that flow is Hariyati. In the previous verse, it is Hamilati. Those that lift. Hamilati. Okay, but here it's not Hamilati, but Hariyati. The note to it is 4989. 4989. These may be winds that fill the sails of ships with gentle and favorable breezes, that carry men and merchandise to their destinations, full stop. Or they may be the ships themselves, those smooth motion through, whose smooth motion through the waters is described in many places by the verb jara, and that's jariat. No. I think I read the wrong thing. It's not hariat, but jariat. Pardon me, viewers. Faljariati, Yusran, Faljariati. Those that flow is jariati, not hariati. Mm. I've said it before, I find it difficult to find little dots. Mm. The only difference between jariati and hariati is a very tiny dot. Okay, so, or they may be ships themselves whose smooth motion through the waters is described in many places by the verb jara, italicized, and second e lengthened, jara, jara, comma. to flow in brackets. So jara is to flow in brackets. E.g., compare chapter 2, sign 164. And that's note 4989 to sign 3. Let's go to sign 4. Falmukasimati. Fa al mukasimati. Amran. Falmukasimati. Amran. And those that distribute the affair, Amran is affair, eh? And al mukasimati is those that distribute. Note 4990, 4990. These may be the winds or other agencies in brackets. This may be the winds in brackets, other agencies that distribute and apportion moisture or rain or atmospheric pressure or other blessings of God dash, comma, not haphazard, but by fixed laws, i.e., according to the command of their Lord. So you see, the wind, we see it as something haphazard. No, it's according to the command of God. Sometimes whirlwind in the circle like that, where there is dust, you see that the whole place is dusty. They will say, It's by command. It's not by heart. It's not half. It's no haphazard. There's no haphazardness in it. It's by command. Okay, according to the command of their Lord. Full stop. So with revelation. Oh, what a comparison! Comparison natural things to revelation. Hmm? It's very wonderful. It's only God who can put this wisdom in people. Only God. Hmm? Revelation being compared to natural occurrences. Anyway, so with revelation, full stop, its blessings are distributed all around and it produces its marvelous effects sometimes in the most unlikely places and ways. That's 4990, 4990 to sign 4. Let's go to sign 5. The verses are rather short verses, and short verses bearing longer notes. The notes longer than the verses. Okay, sign 5. Inama إنما توعدون لصادق إنما توعدون لصادق. And verily judgment and justice will surely come to pass. لصادق come to pass. إنما إنما توعدون. Verily, no, I'm reading the wrong place. Verily, that which ye are promised is true. Tau aduna is to promise. Tau aduna. Inna ma tau aduna. Verily, that which ye are promised, ma tau aduna, la sadikon, is true. Is true. Note 4991. 4991. That which ye are promised in italics, comma, the promise of God about mercy and forgiveness to the penitent and those, to the penitent, comma, and justice and penalty to the rebellious, the promise of the hereafter, semicolon, semicolon. Then the promise that all does not end here, the promise that all does not end here on earth in this living life. Do I say living life? In this life, okay, if you live in life, no problem. In this life that we live in, comma, but that there is a truer and more lasting world to come, comma, for which this is but a preparation. This present life is only a preparation for real life to come. Oh, there's no wisdom more than this. Hmm? And so the Quran is described as Al Quran Hakim, book of wisdom. and also ulul albab or ulul nuha, those with understanding. Mm? Viewers, you can see the understanding in these things in the Quran. Even the naming of its chapters. We think the chapters are named for nothing. No. All right. And that's note 4991 to sign 5. Let's go to sign 6 now. Mm, mm. وإن وإن الدين لواقع. إن الدين لواقع. Mm. Waqi'un is the title of another chapter. Is another title, chapter title 56. Mm. Uh, uh, Either resurrection or something stand on the day of resurrection. Waqi'un. Mm. Okay. Inna adina la waqi'un. Mm. And verily judgment. Judgment, that's adina. Yomidin. The judgment. And verily judgment and justice will surely come to pass. So Adina is judgment and justice, not judgment and misjustice. Judgment and justice. If you are punished, it's not misjustice, it's a justice for you. If you are treated well, it is not a favor, it is justice for your deeds on earth. Mm. Come to pass, Wa'aki'un. The name of a chapter, chapter 56 in the Holy Quran. All right, 4992. 4992. Deen. Yes, we had several meanings for it in other places, but here let's see what is it. Deen, D-I-N, equals, it's a mathematical science in the book here. Deen, then we have or that. Deen equals the given to each person his precise and just due, D-U-E, semicolon. This is implied in judgment and justice. Full stop. All the inequalities of life are to be redressed. All the inequalities of life are to be redressed on Yom Medinin, on the day of judgment. You stole somebody's car, oh, you'll be shown it. This is your car. Simple metal. You went and stole it. And it has an effect on your scale, the balance on your scale. However, if you did it once and there are so many good deeds, God applies his justice and mercy. I say, Idhulu Jannati, enter my garden. So all the inequalities of life are to be renewed, redressed. I read redress, then I came back to say renew. Oh my God, are to be redressed. That's 4992, note 4992 to sign 6. Let's go to sign 7. والسماء ذات الحبك والسماء ذات الحبك. By the sky with its numerous paths. It is in brackets. Its is in brackets. Without it, it reads, by the sky with numerous paths. Numerous paths al-hubiki. Zati with. Sama zati al-hubiki. That is with the sky with its numerous paths. 4993. 4993. The study of the numerous regular orbits of the planets and irregularly regular orbits of comets. Should I take it again? The study of the numerous regular orbits of the planets and irregularly regular orbits of comets, and the various motions, visible or invisible, of the fixed stars or revolving stars, from form in themselves a network of knowledge or science. Full stop. No. Of knowledge or science, again. Of knowledge or science, again. Of a highly technical nature, semicolon. The highest astronomy or mathematics can only barely reach its fringe, full stop. But these have all a fixed plan and purpose under God's dispensation. Nothing on earth is haphazard. Nothing on earth has no meaning, no purpose. Very good. I think purpose is what I'm looking for. Nothing on earth has no purpose. Every little thing has a purpose. Every little thing. How wonderful is God, God the Almighty. Hmm? Okay. Under God's dispensation, full stop. In them, variety leads to unity, full stop. In contrast, look at the confused medley of doctrines, comma, views, comma, and dicta put forward by the skeptics as described in the next verse. That's note 4993 to sign 6, to sign 7. Let's go to sign 6. إنكم لفي قول مختلف إنكم لفي قول مختلف. Verily ye are of various opinion. مختلف, various. قول, opinion. Mm. 4994. 4994. Qawl. Qawl. It's italicized here because it's an Arabic word. Then we have again the mathematical sign. Qawl, the meaning of it equals saying. Saying. So qawlin equals saying. Uh, Brackets is equals saying many meanings. It's because qawl is called saying, word, theory, doctrine, full stop. Muhtalif equals another mathematical sign. Muhtalif equals different, various, inconsistent with itself. Inconsistent with itself, discordant. That's muhtalif. They say colors, an animal has different colors, muhtalif, different kinds of colors, like zebra and butterflies and whatnot. They have lawn, muhtalif, different colors, lawn being colors, color. Okay, itself, discordant, pardon me, discordant, full stop. No theory or doctrine based on a denial of a hereafter can be consistent with spiritual facts as we know them, comma, or with God's goodness, comma, justice, and mercy. And that's note 4994 to sign 8. Let's go to sign 9. Yukfaku, Yukfaku, Anhu, Man Africa. Yukfaku, Ankum, Man Ufuka, not Africa. Yukfaku, Ankum, Man Ufika. Yufaku, Ankum, Man Ufika. Through which are deluded from, no, through which are deluded, such as would be deluded. Through which are deluded, such as would be deluded. Let me fix in the brackets to make sense. Thanks to our honorable commentator. Through which are deluded away from the truth. Away from the truth is in brackets, such as will be deluded. 499, no, did I do 494? Yes, I did 94, colon. 4995 now to sign 9. 4995. Some commentators draw from this a rigid doctrine of Calvinistic uh, predestination or determination. Calvinistic predestination or destination. Calvinistic is spelled Calvinistic. Calvinistic. Predestination or determination. Comma, which I do not think is fairly deducible, or is fairly deducible, not deducible, which I do not think is fairly deducible from the words. Full stop. Ufika, we just read it. Ufika in italics and double inverted commas. Ufika should, I think, be translated will be or will be deluded. So Ufika is either will be or will be deluded, and this in double inverted commas, comma, meaning have the wish or desire to be, also in double inverted commas, meaning have the wish or desire to be. Mm. Do I go back to the sign proper? Yes, yukfika and man deluded, mm, or desire to be, comma, and not. Oh my God, I have to go back a bit. Will be will be deluded. Let me say, ufika. Let me go back a bit more. Ufika should be Ufika should, I think, be translated will be or will be deluded, comma, meaning have the wish or desire to be, comma, and not just unnecessarily be deluded by, by eternal predestination. Double inverted commas clues. The double inverted commas starts with meaning have, have the with, have meaning, and double inverted commas begins have the wish to or the desire to be. And then again, and not, double inverted commas again, must necessarily be deluded, and not must necessarily be deluded by eternal predestination. Double inverted commas close, full stop. The word occurs in many places in the Quran, e.g., compare chapter 7, sign 78, Araf, chapter 7 is Araf, or 9, that's Tawbah, or 9, sign 30. We can see Ufika there in these two places. You can see Ufika in these two places. We've gone past it. So, viewers, when you go back, you will see, you will read Ufika or you listen to Ufika. All right. That's note 4995 to sign 10. No, to sign 9. Let's go to sign 10 without a note. Kutila al-harisuna. Kutikal ha ra suna. Kutika al-hara suna. Kutika al-hara suna. Cursed be the conjectures. Cursed be the conjecturous. Conjecturous. No, hara suna. Conjecturous. Those who conjecture. Hara suna. And kutla here is cursed. So cursed be the harasuna. Cursed be the conjecturous. No note. Let's go straight away to Psalm 11. Who are they? It's now going to explain the harasuna, those conjecturous. Allazina hum fi gamratin. Allazina hum fi gamratin sahuna. Allazina fi gamratin sahuna. Sahuna is there in other places in the Quran. Allazina hum fi gamratin sahuna. So harasuna or conjunctions. Then we come to the next sign. Those who flounder heedless, who flounder heedless in a flood of confusion. Flounder is in brackets. Let's omit it and see. Those who heedless in a flood of confusion, or those who are heedless. Mm. So let's add the brackets now to make a full meaning. Those who flounder heedless in a flood of confusion. Alazina whom fi gamratin sahuna. Gamratin is confusion. Mm, in a flood of confusion. Fi gamratin, confusion. Sahuna, heedless. Sahuna, heedless. Elsewhere, it is Wayamnauna Sahuna, another chapter in the Quran. Mm. I think that's chapter 105 or so. Mm. You see, Sahuna, mm. Heedless. Note 4996. Note 4996. They are in great spiritual danger, colon, yet they care not. And that's note 4996 to sign 96. Thus, those who are heedless, mm, under those who conjecturous. Mm. Let's go to the next sign 12, which has no note. Mhm. Yes, Aluna, Ayana Yomil Deen. Yes, Aluna, Ayana Yomil as Deen. A popular question or a famous question, either popular or famous, popular to them. A famous question by those who doubt, by doubters. Mm. And what is it? They ask, when will the day of judgment and justice? They ask, when will the day of judgment and justice? When will it come? Mm. Yes, Aluna. Ayana Yomedin. Yomedina is day of judgment and justice. They ask, when? They are agitating for it to come now. When they get it, when they get it, they'll cry for help for the whole world to hear. Mm. Thank God I'm not among them. And viewers, I think you are not among them either. Just by virtue of listening to this alone shows that you are not among them. You are interested in scriptures. Mm. Okay, let's no note to read. Let's go to sign 13. No note either. Mm. Uh, Yoma hum ala anari yeftanuna. Yoma hum ala anari yeftanuna. Yeftanuna is testing. Mm. Uh, a day when they will be tried. A day when they will be tried over the fire, Allah Anare. A day when they will try over the fire. Over the fire is Allah Anare. I omitted brackets there. Let me fix the brackets. It will be in brackets. Then a day when they will be tried in brackets again and tested. Tried and tested. So Yef Tanuna here is tried along with being tested, along with being tested, to be tried and tested. But the basic meaning is tried, yefta, nuna, or trial. Mm. And the commentator adds for rest, for a better understanding for rest and tested. No note. Let's go to sign 14. Zuku fitnatakum. Zuku fitnatakum. Haza. Taste ye your trial, and that zuku fitnatakum. Then haza allazi kuntum bihi yastajiluna. Haza allazi kuntum bihi yasjaluna. Yastajiluna. Yastajiluna. They will be told, Taste ye your trial in fitnatakum. This is what ye used to ask to be hastened. Yes, you're asking for it. This is his habit. Mm. Uh, Haza allazi kuntum bihi yastajiluna. The note to read is 4997. 4997. They they used to say scoffingly. They used to say scoffingly. Mm. Then brackets, comma, and then double inverted commas follows. They used to say scoffingly, if there is to be punishment for our sins, if there is to be punishment for our sins, let it come at once. Idiots. If it comes at once, you will be there. It will just sweep you away. Mm? Or you will lie prostrate on your bellies at once, with all your dwellings spoilt, demolished beyond recognition. But they don't know. But little do they know. Uh, oh, where was I? 9696. They are in great spiritual danger, yet they care not. Hmm? Uh-huh. We are on note 4997. They used to say scoffingly, if there is to be punishment for our sins, let it come at once. And all this is in double inverted commas, mm, with exclamation mark. When it comes, they will know what a terrible thing it is. Exclamation mark. Compare chapter 26, Psalm 204, no 3230. 26 is Ashurao, poets. Mm. Okay, let's now go to the next sign. Next sign is sign 15. Yes, sign 15 with one note. إن المتقين في جنات وعيون. إن المتقين في جنات وعيون. In gardens and springs. Mutakina, the righteous. Okay. As to the righteous, they will be in the midst of gardens and springs. Mm. Jannati wa uyun, gardens and springs. 4998 is the note. 4998. Gardens and springs are the two most frequent examples for the highest satisfaction and bliss. Gardens and spring. Mm. Spring? You wonder what is spring? Ordinary spring, yes, ordinary spring. I was moving through the desert, and I think around 1990, and we got to a place. You look up. I said it before. You look up and you see it like a skyscraper, tall, 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 tall. From far away, you can see it. When we got there, we saw that there was water underneath. You play, you sleep inside, and that will be your end. But if you get the water, my brother, you see that there is something better than a refrigerator. It's cool. Of course, in a desert environment. Very cool. Surprisingly cool. And you can see that the under it is even deeper than the so-called skyscraper that we're looking at. Mm. So, and we have similar springs or springs better than that in the hereafter. And that is what is referred to as Jannati wa Uyuni, gardens and springs. Mm. Uh, that's 499. No, no, no. That's sign 15, I suppose. Yes. As to the righteous and her gardens and springs. Then 4998. Gardens and springs are the two most frequent examples of the highest satisfaction and bliss. Pardon me, viewers. I always read twice because I can't even remember whether I read or not. Mm. All right. Let's now go to the next sign, which is sign 16. So we've compared the suffering of those who reject faith, those who doubt faith, how they suffer. And now we've come to the righteous, mutakina, when they are in bliss, when they are in happiness. Taking joy, continuation of 15, taking joy in the things which their Lord gives them. Mm. Uh, ahizina, 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 that's taking joy. Ahizina, ma atahum rabuhum. Ahizina, ma atahum rabuhum. That's taking joy in the things which their Lord gives them. Honestly, if this were given to me to interpret, I don't think I would have gone this far. Mm. Hizina, and it's interpreted as taking joy in the things. Taking joy is okay, but Hizina, taking the things, taking joy in the things which their Lord gives them. Ma atahum rabuhum. Innahum kanu kabla zalika muhsinina. Innahum kanu bagda zalika muhsinuna. Let me go back a bit. Taking joy in the things which their Lord gives them, because innahum, before then, kabla, before them, they have done good deeds. Muhsinina. Before then, they have done good deeds in this world. Muhsinina. Good deeds in this world. In this word is my own bracketed words. And that's note. Oh, that's science system. That's science system. It doesn't seem to have any note. No, no note. That's for science system without a note. So now let's now go to sign 17. Mhm. And who are they? Mutakina, mutakina, those who will be taking joy in heaven in what God has given them. A continuation of those who were doing good. Uh, and we are told the okay, kanu kalilan minan lele ma ya jauna. Kanu kalilan minan lele ma ya jauna. They were in the habit of sleeping but little by night. Sleeping by night. Sleeping in the habit of sleeping but little by night. Kalilan, little kalilan by night. Minan lili by night. Kanu, they were yahjauna. They were in the habit of sleeping but little by night. Yahjauna, sleeping little. 4990 is the note. No, 4998, pardon me. 4998. I read one of the nines like 9. Then the second 9 I read as 0. No good, Bacho. Okay, note 4999. 4999. They were engaged most of the night in worship and in the planning of good deeds. Wonderful. You just don't worship at night. When you worship at night, good ideas come to your head. How to be righteous, how to be more righteous. Let me put it that way. How to be more righteous come into your mind. So they were engaged most of the night in worship and in the planning of good deeds. Full stop. They preferred activity to idleness. The service of God and his creatures to be indulgence of self. Mm. They preferred activity to idleness, comma, the service of God and his creatures to the indulgence of self. So instead of always thinking about themselves only, what they will grab, what they will do, how they enjoy, they rather thinking of God, mm, service of God and his creatures, service of God and God's creatures, other creatures, in other words, other creatures. So you see, it's very difficult to be righteous. It's not easy, but people don't know. It's not just like attending dances all the time, enjoying eating meat, sleeping with men or women up and down. No, 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 no. That's not part of being righteous. Far, far, far away. But Eden. Mm, far, far away from being righteous. And that's note 4999 to sign 17. Let's go to sign 18. We haven't finished with the prayers at the time of prayers. And it follows. Wabi ashari hum. Yeah. Yes. Yastagfiruna wa bil ashari hum yastagfiruna. Mm. Uh, and in the hours of early dawn, ashari, eh, they were found is in brackets, without it, it reads, and in the hours of early dawn, they praying for forgiveness, yastagfiruna. Mm. So you see that the real believer doesn't hardly sleeps at night. Mm. He prepares for it. Yes, he prepares for it. Mm. I sleep very early because I know at night I must wake to pray. May God forgive me for saying this about myself. Maybe I'm not supposed to say it. And I know millions of people around the world who do that. Even in my environment, in my place here, in my small place here in Ghana, let alone around the world. Mm. You don't see them. And these are marks on their faces, like said in the Quran. But spiritual marks, not really the here marks, no. Hmm? So, these are the attributes of real believers. And in the hours of early dawn, they were found praying for forgiveness. They will have their recompense, positive one, in the hereafter. See note, no, the note to read is 5000, 5000, 5000. They were up early before dawn. Before dawn, or not just before dawn. Hmm? Really, no, ready for their devotions. Before dawn, ready for their devotions. Full stop. Uh, the praying for forgiveness and mercy does not necessarily imply that they had committed fresh sins. Not necessarily, but it does imply. Why? Because we don't know when we commit sins. Period. We simply don't know. Mm? You even don't know when you do goodness to somebody, whether it's a sin or not. Because the fellow may be a thief, armed robber, who is even planning to kill you. You may not know. But God still says we must do goodness. And because of that, He will apply His mercy and His forgiveness on you. So the commentator says it's not necessarily, what does he say? Not necessarily imply that they had committed fresh sins. Full stop. Mm. Indeed, they began the day with such devotions, showing their great humility before God and their anxious care for others, for whom they prayed as much as for themselves. So you pray for others just as much as you pray for yourself. How many of us do it? To admit, I pray for myself only. That's it for myself. To be honest, I pray for myself. Oh, yes. I don't pray for myself only. No. I pray for my ancestors. Yes. Especially. Mm, yes. Praying for themselves. Praying as much as for themselves. Full stop. See the last sentence of note 21 to chapter 1. The last sentence of note 21 to chapter 1, sign 5. It's very easy. The last sentence is what? Mm. Listen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Iyaka na'budu. You alone do we worship, and you alone do we ask for. Mm. Yes, sir. Okay, let's go there and see. Let me not make a mistake. Sign 5, huh? Chapter 1, sign 5. Chapter 1, sign 5. Chapter 1, sign 5. Oh my God. Uh, there it is. What does it say? They are on true guidance in brackets from their Lord, and it is these who will prosper. Oh, am I right? What does the note say? 5,000. See note 21. Okay, let's go to. We have asked to see the note. The note rather, note 21. We won't make a mistake there. Uh-huh. Note 21. Oh, note 21. It is here. I see. I was reading the wrong place. And let's go to the sign proper. Sign 5. Thee do we worship, and thine aid we seek. I think I was right. Then let's go to the note. Oh, the note is pretty lengthy. On realizing in our souls God's love and care, full stop, His grace and mercy, and His power of justice, in brackets, as ruler of the day of judgment, brackets. The immediate result is that we burn in the act of worship and see both our shortcomings and His all sufficient power, God's all sufficient power. Full stop. Uh, the emphatic form means that not only do we reach the position of worshiping God and asking for His help, but we worship Him alone and ask for His aid only, for His aid only. Pardon me. For For there is none other than He worthy of our devotion and able to help us. Full stop. The plural we, eh, nasta'in, we, the plural we is in double inverted commas. The plural we indicates that we associate ourselves with all who seek God, thus strengthening ourselves and strengthening them in a fellowship of faith. So you see, we here meaning you don't pray for yourself only, for others. It's not a matter of self, it's a matter involving others. So, Mr. Commentator, I salute you. May God be with you wherever you are. You may not be with us now. May God be with you and have mercy on your soul. Mm. Okay, and we go back to the proper note, which is for 5,500. Yeah, we finished it because we've done the reference. No, the reference note 21 to chapter 1, sign 5. Let's go to the next sign, which is 19, sign 19. The qualities of the righteous still. وفي أموالهم حق للسائل حق للسائل والمحروم وفي أموالهم حق للسائل والمحروم and in their wealth there is a due share for the beggar سائل one who asks for the beggar and the deprived mahroom, the deprived. So for every righteous person, you just don't get food and eat alone, and throw away the rest without thinking. Whatever you have, you actually leave a portion of it for those who don't have. And I love Muslims in Ghana, especially where I am now. You go to the market everywhere, you see that people are holding money or items to give to those who don't have. Mm? And you see beggars coming from other places, Niger, sometimes in clutches, sometimes totally crippled on their vehicles. And they get a lot of money. You see them sometimes, you see that they're even looking fresher than the givers. because they know there are people who have left some portions of their wealth for them elsewhere in Ghana, in Kumasi, where I am now, and they get them. Some give them dresses. They come into the country with so many children, so they don't care. They just give birth like that, knowing very well that they will all feed. You see somebody with uh, about 10 children, and when they get you, they come to you in the street, they will just do this and say they want food to eat, and they give them. But the funny part of it is that the women don't work. They just come with the children and sit somewhere and direct the children to go. They come by you, sometimes they hold your hand. And when you look, they will do this. They want food to eat. They stand by your car in a traffic jam and do this. The sad thing is that some of them destroy. I heard somebody saying they will even scratch your car if you don't give them anything. That's abuse of generosity. Mm. But anyway, Sir Elon, you leave a portion of your wealth for deprived people and for beggars. And it's working very well in Islamic communities here. Mm. And that's note 19. That's sign 19. Let's go to its note 5001. 5001 rather. Uh, True charity remembers not only those in need who ask, but also those who are prevented by some reason from asking. These are the deprived. They don't ask, but they are deprived. You see them, you do guilt to them from asking, full stop. Mhm. The man of true charity seeks out the latter, the deprived, those who don't move about begging. Mm. Seeks out the deprived. I've done it before. I remember many times. Yeah, I've done it before. Let's stop there. Out of for out seek charity seeks out the latter. Full stop. There may be various reasons which prevent a man from asking for help. One of them, number one, he may be ashamed to ask, or his sense of honor may prevent him from asking. Then, two, he may be so engrossed in some great ideal that he may not think of asking. That's two. And then, three, he may even not know that he is in need, except when he's really hungry. When he's angry, that's when you know that he's in need. Mm. When he's not, he doesn't care whether he wears sandals or good shoes or not. No, you have to look at him and say, "Oh, this man has eaten, but look at his shoes, no wash, nothing." Then you look for your unused items at home, and then you give to them. Mm. And that's why he says they may not even know that he is in need. Or now, that's item three. He may even not know that he is in need. Then four, he may not know that you possess the things that that can apply his needs. Mm. He doesn't know you have what he needs. He doesn't know. And you know you have it. Give it to him. And five, he may be a dumb and helpless creature, comma, whether a human being or a dumb animal or any creature within your ken and power, full stop. Charity, in the highest sense, includes all help, any kind of help, all help, including work, doing something for him, holding somebody to cross the road. It's help, it's charity. Mm. Okay, includes all help, comma, from one better endowed to one less endowed. You are endowed with sight, walking. Somebody isn't. He's limping. See him by the you hold him, and then, especially at the zebra crossing, you signal cars to stop, and then you cross with them. It is done, both by Christians and Muslims and Jews and everybody. That is charity. Mm. Charity, in the highest sense. Oh no, no, I've done it. One well endowed. Okay, let me repeat it again. Let me repeat it. Charity, in the highest sense, includes all help, from one better endowed to one less endowed. Compare note 179 to chapter 2, Bakari, sign 177. We won't go there. Hmm? There's no time to waste. Hmm? Also, chapter 2, signs 273 to 274, and notes 322 and 323. And that's note 5001 to sign 19. Let's go to sign 20. Hmm? Mhm. وفي الأرض آي وفي الأرض آيات للموقنين وفي الأرض آيات للموقنين. A short faith. Mm. On the earth are signs for those of assured faith. Mukinina, assured faith. Fil ardi, on earth, on the earth. Okay, no note to it. Let's go to Psalm 21 with a note. Uh, Wafi anfusikum, wafi anfusikum, as also in your own, and also in your own selves. Mm. Signs on earth, signs in ourselves. It is said elsewhere. I've forgotten the quotation. I think Psalm 51 or so. So verses are repeated in various ways, either in the same way, in the same manner, or in various ways in other portions of the Quran. وفي الأرض آيات للمقينين وفي أنفسكم, and also in your own selves. أفلا تبصرون أفلا تبصرون. Will you not then see? Will you not then see? Tubsiruna. Will you not then see that in yourselves there are signs, as well as apart from the signs on earth? Sadly, we see the signs on earth and we don't see the signs in our own selves. You see a rainbow up, you see. That's a sign on earth. You're on earth seeing it. Or heavy shake-up, earthquake, whatnot, we see. But in our own selves, there are signs which we hardly perceive. The note to reach is 5002. 5002. The signs and evidence of God are in all nature and within the body, and soul of man, if man has put the spiritual eyes to see. We don't see the signs in ourselves. Only the one who has been endowed with spiritual eye will see the signs in him, and even the signs in his neighbor or other people. That he's other people that he's dealing with, has the spiritual sides to see. Then we're asked to compare chapter 41. Yes, 41. I think that's Fusilat. Sign 53. We're asked to do a comparison there. And that's note 45002. Let's go to the next sign, which is 22, with one note. Wafi samai riskukum. Wafi samai riskukum. Wama tu aduna. Wafi samai riskukum. Wama tu aduna. And in heaven is your sustenance. Heaven, samai, riskukum, your sustenance. And also that which ye are promised. Wama tu aduna. And no, as that which ye are promised also is in brackets. We omit it, it reads, and in heaven is your sustenance as that which ye are promised. 5003 is the note. 5003, sustenance in double inverted commas. Here, sustenance here is, as elsewhere, includes physical sustenance as well as spiritual sustenance, full stop. Similarly, heaven or sky has both the physical and the spiritual meaning, full stop. The physical sustenance grows from rain from the sky, grows from rain from the sky. And that's physical sustenance, semicolon. The spiritual sustenance comes from divine and comes from divine aid. The spiritual sustenance comes from divine aid, grace, and mercy, and includes the good news and the warning which come from revelation about the hereafter. 5003 is the note to sign 22. Let's go to sign 23 with also one note as well. Mm. Fa wa rabbil samawati wal ardi. Fa wa rabbil samawati wal ardi. Innahu lahakun. Let's pause. Let's wait there. Then by the Lord, Warabu, fa, then Warabu, by the Lord of heaven and earth, Samawat wal ardi, innahu lahakun. This is the very truth. Innahu lahakun. This is the very truth. This is the very truth. Uh, mitlu ma annakum, mitlu ma annakum tantikuna mitlu ma annakum tantikuna. Mm. Uh, as much as the fact that ye can speak tantikuna intelligently to each other. Mitlu ma annakum tantikuna. Tantikuna is that you speak to each other. Annakum, join together. Mitlu ma annakum tantikuna. As much as the fact that ye can speak intelligently to each other. Let me go to the beginning and do the whole thing in English. Then, comma, by the Lord of heaven and earth, this is the very truth, as much as the fact that ye can speak intelligently to each other, and not the animals. They are limited when it comes to understanding. They are limited, but man has an elaborate way of relating what he intends or what he doesn't want to do, what he intends or whatever he does to other human species. The note to read is 5004. 5004. Attention having been called to the signs and or evidence. Attention having been called to the signs and evidences of God's working on earth, within ourselves, and in the heavens in verses 20 to 22, an appeal is made to our own inner conscience, comma, in the name of the Lord of heaven and earth, comma, to acknowledge and act up to the truth of revelation, comma, and turn to the spiritual realities, full stop. Pardon me, the sentences are rather long. I think commentators should have broken them small, small, small for us. We are learners. Mm. Okay, spiritual realities. And turn to the spiritual realities, full stop. For they are as real as our own conscious and self-intelligent existence, self-intelligent affinited. For they are as real as our own conscious and self-intelligent existence, comma, on which is based all our knowledge, full stop. As a philosopher, in brackets, Descartes has said, as a philosopher, that's as Descartes the philosopher, in other words, has said, I think, therefore I am. And this in double inverted commas. So Descartes the philosopher says, in double inverted commas, I think, semicolon, therefore I am. And that's note 4004 to sign 23. Sign 23 happens to be the last sign of chapter 51, Azariati, the scattering of everything on earth by the wind, and in ourselves, spiritually in ourselves. Okay, when we come back in our next episode, viewers, we shall go to the next section, section 2, which begins with sign. 24. Thank you very much. Ilalka, Baba, Uruva. May God be with you all.